The architect that's drawn the plans is notorious for just guessing.
I am actually swerving paying people today.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a situation. We've literally just pulled onto one of the worst estates in Stoke-on-Trent. A whole workforce off in one day.
Morning guys, it's now Monday. Welcome back to the Builder's Diary. So, first things first, it's the 28th tomorrow and that is payroll for the lads. So the first thing I've got to do this morning is get all of the invoices from my email inbox, where they come to a certain email, over onto HubDoc, and then from HubDoc I've got to go through them all and send them over to Xero, in order so as I can get all of my accounts up to date, so as I can then run through the payroll and get everyone else paid as well. So let's crack on with getting the invoices from the email address over to HubDoc. Now we've done that, we have to literally now take all of them invoices, go through them, quantify them, put jobs towards them so as we can basically track which jobs doing well, which jobs, you know, made profit and stuff like that, and then send them over to Xero. Let's crack on with that. Back in the van. I don't know, did you see the lads taking the piss out of me in the last video?
Back in the van! Back in the
van! If you didn't watch it, nip back and have a look at it, but apparently it's become a bit of a catchphrase, back in the van.
At the roundabout, and continue towards Woolstanton.
Shh, be quiet, sat nav, I know where I'm going. Right, so we're back in this van now and we are nipping over to Blurton to have a look at a swimming pool build of all things. So, customer that we're doing this big job for have contacted us last week and said they're
in
gonna...
about 2 miles, turn left onto a Trurier road.
Sat nav. I'm putting it on because I'm not quite sure where the street is. So perhaps I should have put it on like, as I got closer. I know where I'm going. But, right, so we're going to have a look at this now, and it's basically, they've contacted us and said the house that they're already living in, they want to put a swimming pool in it. So they've had someone dig the actual hole in the ground. They've spoke to a swimming pool company. They're coming to put all their pump and stuff like that in, but they want us to put a concrete base and build some block walls and render it ready to take the finish for the pool. So I'm just going to go and have a look at that. So it's not something that we'd normally do, to be fair, but it's building work, isn't it? So I'm going to have a look at it now and we'll see what comes off. So, still in here, still crunching these invoices. It's taking an absolute age this month. Now, it's because we've kind of scaling up with the company. We've got more men, obviously more materials are being used. I've just had a quick tot up, and it's going to be looking like we're going to be paying out around about 45 to 50 grand this month, which is a record for us.
and it's starting to scare me a little bit. Growth's amazing when you can see the money coming in. When you're paying it out, it's fucking scary. So, but I'm going to be in here. I've basically just made myself a brew there. I am going to be in here all night, I think. I've got to get all of them invoices over into Zero. Yeah. And then I've got to pretty much do all of the timesheets for the lads, which are already pre-populated via Connect Teams because it's all automated through our system. But I still got to go through and check them all. And then I've noticed the lads have done a lot more weekends this month. So obviously that adds to it. So gonna have to make a decision. I did say to the lads I think it was last month, there's as many weekends as you want them, and there's a bit of an incentive because obviously they're not cards in, the CIS, so they don't get time and a half and stuff like that. So I said to them, if you want to do a weekend, if you've done a full week, and this is only an if you've missed like a Wednesday, you've had a day off or something like that, or a Friday, don't expect to come in Saturday. And then also, if you come in Saturday, I'll pay you an extra 20 quid. And that's if you do the whole day Saturday and you've done a full 5 days in the week. So if you've if you breached any of those rules, then you don't get the extra 20 quid. But they've all took advantage of it. I can't knock them. They've come in and they've worked, you know what I mean? So if they've worked, they need to be paid. So I've been on the tools over the years and I expect to be paid when I've done the work. So it's the same for them. So, but it's starting to dent the company slightly and the amount that we're paying out. When they come in on a weekend, as much doesn't seem to get done as it does in the week because it's weekend, innit? You know what I mean? I think they're having an easy day and stuff like that. So they are working, you know what I mean? It's not like they're doing nothing, but it's not enough to pay the overheads for them to be in for the day, I don't think. So I think we might have to rethink that one. But yeah, it's taking forever. So, because I need someone in here with me, but that again worries me because it's another wage to pay. So it's hard, this growth thing is. It's not easy. This is why many companies don't do it in construction, because the margins are so slim and everyone out there thinks builders are loady, then we're making an absolute fortune. It's a massive fallacy, you know what I mean? It's just not how it is. The margins are so slim because the amount of materials and labour that's involved. It's just so hard work to make a profit in this industry. So material suppliers are making a fortune. You know what I mean? I'd love a builder's merchants. In fact, it has crossed my mind. But those guys are making an absolute fortune. Well, just actually saying that, I don't know for certain. You know what I mean? They might be suffering with their suppliers, the people that they buy the raw materials from, or, you know, they might be getting stitched by them. So, but somebody somewhere is making a fucking fortune from this, and it's not us. Put it that way. But we're having a fucking good go. Anyway, let's get stuck back into this, and then let's see where we are by the end of today. Hopefully we're in the right position because it's payday tomorrow for the lads, so I need to make sure they're all paid.
Ben's just finished mowing all the grass there.
You are?
Just pulling all the weeds out of here. I've just done that bush there. Patches have died though, so they're on charge, so we can finish it in a minute. And all that left to do up there. Going on nice.
Hi guys, it is Tuesday and I have literally just picked the camera up, so it's kind of 3:15 already, and I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I have been run ragged today. So basically doing the payroll, and obviously it's getting bigger, so it's getting longer and harder to do. So I need someone in this office desperately. The girl that I interviewed, obviously we had a certain salary in mind for the position. I told her what it was, and she's actually messaged today to say that it's too low and she couldn't take a pay cut, so she's going to stay where she is, which is fine, but it puts us back at stage one now for searching for someone. Obviously can't raise the amount of money we're paying out because we've got a set budget, you know what I mean? It's going to cost money anyway initially for someone who's technically not bringing any money in initially. So it's not like someone providing labour, a tradesman or something like that. We generally make money from them doing work. These people are non kind of profit making positions. So, but yeah, I've basically done that. I've paid them all, but I'm getting bloody questions back from people saying that the pay's incorrect and all this lot after a pay rise that I agreed, and wish I'd never fucking agreed the pay rise now, because he's just causing me headaches. Should have just said no. So I've got to now speak to the software company, because I don't know if there's a problem with the software and that's causing an issue with the actual amounts that have been calculated. But I've done it, it's exactly the same as I do it every month. So, but that's just another problem I've got to deal with. I've got quotes up to here. They're like literally pouring in. I mean, I know it's a good, you know what I mean? It's a good problem to have, that plenty of work leads are coming in. But yeah, I've got people pushing me. I've got someone who wants me to build them a swimming pool, but they want it doing like yesterday kind of thing. Just dropped it on me like that. But it's also the customer for this big £1 million job, so I kind of can't let them down. There's a possibility that might be falling through. They sent me a copy of a message from the vendor yesterday saying that he's going to pull out if they don't complete by Friday, and I went through it all with them saying, you know, what's happening? You know, we spoke to your solicitor. Apparently the solicitor's done everything by phone call and not email, so there's no record, no trail or nothing of what's happened. So that's probably why the vendor's getting peed off, because it looks like nothing's been communicated. So, and I'm getting in amongst all of these problems, and they're not even my problems. I've got my own shit to deal with here. So, like I say, I'm pricing, I'm trying to sort out wages. I'm also trying to sort out our gas safe register. So as you can see up there now, we are now gas safe registered, but we have to have an inspection within 3 months of being registered. So our fucking engineer has gone on holiday when we've got the inspection, so I've had to try and rearrange that. It's just a nightmare. We've got one of the young lads who's also a gas safe engineer. He's on site at the minute. They've just moved the boiler. We were told this boiler's brand new. It's not. It's about 10 years old. When they've tried to fire it back up again, there's an airlock inside the boiler. So got no hot water, got no heating. Heating's not a problem because it's red hot outside. But anyway, I'm babbling now, but I am fucking frustrated today. I am seriously, honestly, and anyone that comes at me with a problem, I feel like I'm going to bite their heads off. So, but yeah, I was in here late last night. I think it was about 11:15 when I packed in. I literally couldn't see straight. I was starting to make mistakes. And I've got a feeling I'm going to be in here late again tonight, because I've paid the payroll, all the lads, but I've also got to line everything up so as I can pay all my material suppliers as well. And I've got an issue with, yet again, City Plumbing. They've sent an invoice over for some materials we picked up, and it's a good job I read through them all. I noticed that they charged me £380 for a bag of 22mm couplers. Usually they are probably about 12 quid from somewhere like Screwfix. £380. So that's kind of sent me on one and made me want to check every invoice that's ever come from them, and I have done, and I've found it multiple times. How many times have they done this on unsuspected customers that don't check their invoices and they've just paid them? You know what I mean? That's massive, isn't it? 400 quid for 12 quid's worth of parts. So, not good. So now on sequencing, so I'm trying to get the jobs all sequenced out, and if you can see out up there, I have gone fully old school with the old whiteboard, just to, because we've got that many jobs running now. Obviously it's okay having them all sequenced out individually and programmed out, so as we know whereabouts we're supposed to be, but those programs don't interlink with one another. They actually do in Monday, but it's quite difficult to see them all together, which is why I've used the old whiteboard and done that kind of thing. Let's have a quick look what I've just done. So I've literally just wiped it all clean, started again from this month, got my dates down there, got all of my jobs listed out across the top, and then roughly the duration in which they're going to take, so as I can see when we can start new jobs. I can see kind of around about November time, potentially we're only going to be running that one job, so we have got room for another job to come in around about November, which fits quite nicely with the fact that we've got quite a few with the architect as well. And obviously if this big job comes in, this big 1.3 milli thing that we keep talking about, that we have obviously had that bit of bad news last night, the text message from the vendor, but I have seen an email this morning instructing the drain surveyor to go ahead with a drain survey, so I can't drain survey I can't see them agreeing to push ahead with that if they haven't sorted that problem out. So yeah, it's getting tough now. It's getting really tight. I am desperate for someone in that chair there, but somebody that is going to help the company and kind of not give me extra problems. So right, let's crack on now. I have now got to work through, make sure all of the invoices are there ready for to be paid. Can't pay them yet, I need to let the 30th go past, well, it's the 29th. Shows me capital on tap card, clicks onto the next month, and I can pay everything on my capital on tap card, collect the points, and then that gives me another 30 days credit as well. So didn't like doing that, but kind of Chris and Alex kind of convinced me if I was going to grow, I had to utilise things like this to kind of make sure that cash flow was there in order to be able to grow. So everything looks good, you know what I mean? I see the amount of money that we're paying out and I just automatically panic. But when you actually look, you know, when you put it all through your accounts, which I've spent all day doing, as long as more comes in than goes out, then that's the idea. So anyway, let's crack on because I have got another long day ahead of me and it's already 4:10.
Bit Bob. Getting all the upstand on now. Finish the last bit of the boards off. Oh yeah, look at that though. Bash.
Back in the van. So it is a Wednesday, and it's the first time I've picked the camera up this morning. So say this morning, it's now 12:20. So we are basically now heading over to a prospective customer's house just to have a look at an extension build. This one come in, I think it was Google via our web form through our trusted monday.com platform, which is obviously what we've got set up now as our funnel / pipeline. So just going to go have a look at that one now. We've just had another extension.
At the roundabout, continue towards
Sat nav
Wolstanton.
does my head in. Yeah, just had another extension come in. She's okayed the price, happy with everything, wants to move forward, asked us to send the contract over, but can't pay the deposit yet because she's waiting for a remortgage to come through. So it's kind of a little win. We've got another job that's come in. Oh, sat nav, sure. Turn that down. So we've got another job come in, but we're still waiting on the deposit. So until the deposit's paid, it's actually technically not booked in yet. So, but just shows that stuff is now coming in readily. So let's get over to this next job and have a look, see what's going on. So currently on the way to the next job to look at another extension, but we've literally just pulled onto one of the worst estates in Stoke-on-Trent. I'm not going to mention it because I'll get a load of stick. But if I'd have realised, yeah, when we do our qualification, this is one of them. We did a job here years ago, and it was a nightmare trying to get paid, and just the quality of the clientele is just completely different. So I don't like saying it because it sounds like, you know what I mean, like he's stuck up or something like that, or you know what I mean, you don't appreciate that I came from an estate like this myself when I was younger. But yeah, it's just that we have to have this qualification in place, and sometimes it does mean that genuine people probably don't get, you know, our time kind of thing. But if I went to every job that come through to me, that's all I'd spend my time doing. So I'm here now, so let's go and have a look, and we'll make us mind up while we're there. But yeah, just driving through here, it's fucking, yeah, less said the better. Anyway, let's see what happens. So yeah, pretty much exactly as I thought. So gave it the benefit of the doubt, went and had a look, but from the second we got there, penny pinching, wanting to do things on the cheap, which is fine, you know what I mean, don't mind people saving money and what have you. I suppose I've done that myself over the years, but it's just, you know, really unrealistic budget. Got a budget of about 45k, which is fine if you wanted to build something really simple, you know what I mean. You might just squeeze that, even though that's getting unrealistic at the moment for any size extension, with the amount of, you know, the amount that cost that materials have jumped up. But yeah, when I told him how much, you know, ballpark figure it would roughly be, yeah, you could see in the reaction in his face, he went, oh well, I've got your number. That's just, you know what I mean, it's kind of, but that's wasted a good hour of my life now, when I could have been doing something else, which is why we qualify our clients. And I know a lot of you out there might say that it's almost discriminative, kind of, you know what I mean, I'm discriminating against a certain sector or a certain demographic, but that's how a lot of business works. You know what I mean? A lot of business works, especially when you get bigger businesses, works on data, it works on averages, it works on what is notoriously going to happen kind of thing. And that's how we have to work. Otherwise I could spend my time, I could spend all week looking at jobs like that, small jobs where people haven't got the budget that think they could do it. I could spend all week, and where would I be? You know what I mean? Bankrupt basically. I'd spend all my time earning no money. So, but yeah, that one slipped through the net. It just shows you can qualify all you want, but they do slip through the net. You know what I mean? His budget looked low when I spoke to him on the phone. Some of the things he did say over the phone were a little bit suspect, but you know, I told him his budget was low, and he says, oh, he was prepared to increase it a bit if he needed to, but nowhere near enough. So, but yeah, that's that one done anyway. While I'm this way, I'm going to nip over to the lads over at Timothy Close. There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about this kind of estate in this neighbourhood. Young lad's just gone past on a crosser, on his back wheel, no helmet on, nothing. You know what I mean? And that's not me being, you know, kind of pigeonholing people, or, you know, kind of putting people in boxes. It's just how it is, basically. So, but yeah, to be honest, place where I live, Chesterton and Newcastle under Lyme, people can say the same about that. So I try not to be, you know, try not to go too far with it, but I have to qualify people. I can't waste my time running around pricing jobs that are never going to come to fruition. So, and I know I'll probably get some stick for this, but it's just how we have to run, unfortunately. Right, let's get over and see what they're getting up to. So I'm here at Timothy Close. Half the lads have gone home sick. I don't know what's going on. Ben's gone home, Ben's gone home. Bip's still here, aren't you, Bip?
Bip's always here.
He's got his t-shirt on as well, look.
Bip's always here.
Don't like showing his body on social media, do you, Bip?
No.
He's not playing ball today, is he?
Basically, got to pick up the slack for them lads, haven't
Explain what you're doing then today, Bep.
We're getting the fascias on and we're getting the soffits on.
And nice and straight.
Yeah, dead straight.
Put my string line down that, will it look like a dog's leg or it will look straight?
Yeah, down there, it looks dead nice. It always looks nice when we do it. Isn't that right, Tommy?
Yeah, man.
Do you think, Tom?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Looks down, Tom.
Tyler don't know, he's a brekkie. And lay bricks like fucking Alpha Levy, but if you give him any timber, he's like, what's that?
That's what happens when I do brick. If I do wood.
So everything seems to be going according to plan now, finally. Now we've sorted those issues out over on the Timothy Close job. Lads are cracking on. We've got a couple of lads that have gone home sick, so it doesn't really help massively, because obviously we've got 2 that have gone home sick today and we've got 2 on holiday. So we're 4 lads down, which is a lot. So hopefully they're back in tomorrow. But yeah, everything's happening in the right order. The site looks a bit of a mess, but it's always the same with garage conversions. We've got a limited amount of space. Everything's happening in one room. You know, we've got multiple trades. We've got a bricklayer there, we've got a joiner there, we've had a gas fitter there, and a labourer on site that's trying to tidy up and keep the place tidy. But yeah, it always happens. So I've just said to him, just stop what you're doing for half hour and just go around, have a quick tidy up before you do anything else. So they'll get that done, and hopefully the place will look spick and span when they come and do the end of week report for me. So yeah, but yeah, everything seems to be happening well. Just need now to get back home and start doing these prices for the ones that we've just looked at. Well, for the one that we've just looked at, but we've already got, I think we've got 3 in there that we need to get around to doing before we start that one. So it's a very busy time at the minute, to say the least. So we're now just shooting up to the M6 over to Holmes Chapel just to look at a little dumper truck. So been having issues on the new build site trying to use that little push behind, like, mechanical barrow. It's like a push behind dumper truck, and it's kind of stopped working. The drive stopped working, so, and it's not big enough anyway. So I've spotted a little 1 ton skip loading dumper truck for sale for about £5,000 on Marketplace on Facebook. So just nipping up now to have a quick look at that, and then I need to get back to the office.
Exit the roundabout towards Congleton.
And crack on. Afternoon guys, so it's Thursday and I literally just picked this camera up. So I've spent all morning kind of just getting everything ready to try and pay everyone, because it's the 30th today. So probably gonna do that tomorrow now, because pretty much every time I ring them up to pay them, I've got my amount, which is written down here, which is like all the invoices that have come through, and there's generally something missing, an invoice missing somewhere or something, and the amount's different. So it's always a fucking ball ache paying them. So, and it's always due to the fact that they've missed sending me an invoice or something like that. I haven't got the mental capacity to do that today. I am absolutely shattered. So I've just done what I can. I've got everything ready. I'm just sorting out an issue here now with the garage conversion that we've got. The architect, I call him an architect in the loose sense, because his drawings are fucking shocking. But he has specified that we put an 80mm insulation, solid insulation like Salatex or something, down on the floor, and then a screed over the top. That would only leave a 20mm screed in places, because the floor's that's knackered and got humps in it and stuff like that, which would just crack straight away as soon as you walked on it, especially on top of insulation.
So I've been up there and had a look, and I think we can get away with a suspended floor if we just put a 4x2 down on the slab. Obviously it'll be slightly higher around the edges, and that can be fixed to the wall with a 1200 gauge DPM, and then a 18mm chipboard over the top of that. With, if we're using 4x2, we could potentially get 100mm insulation underneath instead of 80mm. I don't even think they make 80mm, to be honest. So why I specified that, I do not know. But yeah, I'm just running that through ChatGPT just to check that it matches building regulations. Obviously we've got a building regs book up there, but a lot quicker to just run it through there. And it's come back as, yeah, it should be fine, but obviously check with your building inspector, it always says that. So I'm going to ring the building inspector at some point and just chat with them, and then hopefully we can just do that. So yeah, these are the problems that you face, and we have to get around this, because if we go back to the architect and ask him to design it, it could take days if not weeks. So, and we just won't get the thing done. So sometimes we take it into our own hands when the architect has been supplied by the customer and they're not that good. Yeah, that's what we have to do. So I am going to make myself a sandwich now because I am starving. It's 2 o'clock. I've had nothing to eat all day. And then back in here to try and just catch up on everything. And yeah, I'm flagging a bit at the minute. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully the lads are cracking on and I can send you over to them now. So I am actually swerving paying people today, and it's not because there's no money in the bank. It's about the mental capacity that I've got today. Like I've said earlier, generally every time I ring up to pay someone, I'll go, it's £8,976, or whatever the figure is, which is kind of what's compiled in my accounting software by me putting the invoices in and stuff like that. And the dates that it's due and stuff like that, and that tells me what's owed. And literally pretty much every time, with a couple of suppliers, I'm not going to name them, but literally every time I ring them, we've got different amounts, and then it's a back and forth of like, what invoice are you missing? You know what I mean? It's never I think I owe them more than they do. It's always less. There's always an invoice missing somewhere. So I then have to go through the statement and look at what the invoices that I've got in the software and get an highlighter and start marking them, and then identify the ones that we're missing. I have to then phone back and ask them to email them over. Them have to then get inputted, and then I have to ring them back and pay them. It's an absolute nightmare at times. And it's all set up to try and save time. The invoices get emailed and they go into HubDoc and go straight into the software, and that is designed. It does save a lot of time, but obviously we still end up with this where sometimes invoices get missed, whereas years ago they used to get sent through the post, and you just opened them, you pinned them to the board, and then at the end of the month you inputted them in. Never used to have that problem then. But back then I used to go into the branch and pay with my checkbook. That's how old I am. But what I'm doing at the minute is, I don't know if you know, if you look up there, I think I showed you earlier on, that we are now gas registered. We've got one gas safe engineer that works for us, a young lad named Britain, and then we've got Martin, who's currently sitting his exam, who's been doing it for years but has never been qualified. So now we have to have some kind of reporting system. So I'm building this on monday.com. Have a quick look at this. So basically the lads can get on this. It's a form. They can get on this on their iPads that they've got on site. That's my iPad actually. They've actually got these. So they've got little tablets on site. That one's going out. I've just got it in so as I can test this. But basically, they put the name in there, they put the date of the installation, property address, make, model, serial number, tightness test. These are tick boxes, and they'll work their way through, and then that, when they click submit, will jump over onto this table here. So all of that's automated, so it will jump into the office automatically, and then that is going to send someone a notification in the office. At the minute, that's going to be me, because I'm the only fucker here, because we're still trying to recruit. But that will basically be automated to actually send a notification to somebody to then register it with AGAS, and then register the warranty for the boiler as well. And that way we're fully compliant doing it properly. So I know there's software out there that you can do it like while you're on site, but obviously it costs money, and we've already got this system in place, and it'll pop up on the screen behind me and it'll work. So that's what I'm putting together now. Obviously I've got Claude open on the other screen as well. That's helping me do it, and that is helping me with the automation, because you can connect Claude and Monday.com together. Claude will actually go in and do spot checks and stuff like that, and that's what creates the automation. But you've also got this, I think it's called, let me have a quick look. Yeah, it's called Sidekick, and that's Monday.com's AI. So, and that does a lot of automation as well. So just trying to get it sorted, because obviously we've been registered now about a month, but we have got a registration check. So every time you get registered with Gas Safe, they come out and do an inspection and just check that you're all up to scope. You know, you've got all the correct equipment, your lads are qualified and they know what they're doing basically. So I'm just trying to make sure that we're ready for that. So, and this, it doesn't take that much brain power to just basically type in boxes and get all this set up. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. So the lads are struggling over on site, because we have priced for a fiberglass GOP roof on this garage conversion that we're doing, but we're struggling to find it anywhere. No one's got any stock. So we've kind of swerved and going to rubber roof installation. We've done them a couple of times before. The manufacturer the supplier where we're getting them from, they've got loads of supply, they've got everything in stock, and they have just sent us direct from the manufacturer an installation like module video. So we just the lads have all got that sent to them, just to make sure they've all done it before, but we don't do it very often. So I've just made sure that they're up to spec and they know exactly how it should be fitted. So
that job, there was a management fee of not for 300,000, 2.5 million, for example, is up to everyone around this table. But considering there's a...
Morning guys, it's Friday this morning, and yeah, we've got a bit of a situation. So a couple of lads went home sick yesterday, and this morning the rest of them are sick. So I have got 2 lads away on a holiday, and then 5 lads off sick. I have never in my whole 30 years of being in this industry, or for however long I've been trading, 20, 25 years, had the whole workforce off in one day. Fuck, honestly, it absolutely battered my head this morning. I've just got off the phone to Ben. Ben's feeling better, he went home, but he says he's rung round everyone this morning who he normally picks up. Nobody's answering the phone. So, oh, hang on. Right, so that's Bryn. He's saying all his tools are in Bip's van, and he was waiting to be picked up. So this can't fucking happen again. So we need to have a chat with all of them. Yeah, there needs to be something put in place. If someone's off sick and they're picking someone else up, there's a system there that says, you know, get picked up by somebody else or whatever. You know, we need to sit down and have a look at that. That can't happen again. So I've just had the customer saying, is anyone here today? And I'm ringing round trying to find out what's happened. Can't get hold of anyone myself. And then, you know, put a message in our chat WhatsApp group, and all of a sudden get a call from Ben. saying can't get hold of anyone, can't really do what I need to do today on my own. I need some, need more hands. So honestly, these things are sent to test. It's a fucking nightmare. So obviously I've got enough to do in here. I'm pricing variations, trying to get them sent across to the customer. But it just makes us look fucking silly. You know what I mean? It makes us look daft. But these are the things that we facing every day, kind of thing. So anyway, I'll keep on at them. I will crack on with what I'm doing. I'm not feeling amazing myself because I nipped onto site to see what was going on yesterday, and I don't know if I've picked something up, but I've got a banging headache. But it's just what it is, isn't it? So, right, obviously we were up last night quite late as well. Well, say we. I was up quite late last night with the war rooms. With Chris and Alex and the rest of the boys. That kind of ran on later than it should have done. It was great content, you know what I mean? Good learning. But yeah, ran on quite late, and then I was in here a little bit after as well. So, right, I'm babbling again. Let's crack on. Hopefully, well, we're not getting any footage today, but hopefully we've got some footage that we can show you. I'll see you in a bit. So, out and about this afternoon, I am just coming to look at an extension job over close to Stone. So, getting out of Staffordshire a little bit now. So, let's go have a look at this one and see what it's all about. So, as you can appreciate, we do have drawings for these projects, but I do like to go and have a look at them. One, to meet the customer, and then two, to look for things like drainage that could be possibly going underneath the actual build. As you can see there, not too deep, but it does flow underneath that conservatory. And then we also want to look at access and things like that. Everything looks good here though. So that one looked like a nice little job, to be fair. Nice lean-to extension, 3 skylights, bifolding doors. I just needed to have a look at what drainage was there, because the architect that's drawn the plans is notorious for just guessing what the drainage is like, and it's a good job I did, because the drainage is actually going underneath. Yeah, what's happening with the sun there? So yeah, the drainage is actually going underneath the extension, so all need rerouting, whereas he hasn't shown that on the drawings. So plus, you sit and have a coffee with the actual clients and try and build up some trust as well, and just have a bit of a natter. So I'll get back to the office now, and then we can get this one. Well, I've actually got a couple more that I need to price first, but should have that one over to her by mid next week at some point. So back to base.
All the nogs have been fitted. Go outside, we'll show you the fascia which has just been done. Fascia and soffit. Nice big 18-inch fascia. It's covered up because it's raining, as we need to do a GRP roof at some point, hopefully tomorrow.
Send my little cousin gay.
He's like, your little cousin's gay? Okay.
Gay.
Nice big 18-inch bastards. Go see what big Thai dog's doing. Hi Ty.
Hi Tom.
There's a little dust sheet down that so we don't get any ground floors and that. Oh yeah, it's hot in here though. It is very hot in here today. Roasting in it, mate.
And that is your lot, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. It's been, let's say, one of them weeks. So, but we got there. Had a few problems, we've overcome them. It's what we do. We're not really builders. We are sales and marketers, and we're problem solvers. And that's all it's about. So hopefully you'll join us next week for next week's video. You enjoyed this one. If you want to watch last week's video, because there is a complete series, have a look at that link up there. And if you want to subscribe, guys, and it makes the world of difference if you do to us, have a look at that link, and I'll see you lot next week. It keeps up with me.